Hey tubes. Hey, I want to talk to you guys today about some projects I have going on here. I've got my TM projects for doing my O-scope lab, buying components and stuff for that and having fun. As you purchase them, or as I've been purchasing them, I notice they come in and they're looking kind of ratty, and well, you know, they're old. They're from the 80s and stuff, and some labs have used them and some haven't, and a lot of them just need a really good cleaning. One of the best things about cleaning a new purchase is that you find things that's wrong with it, and you can correct some of the problems even before you turn it on, and that's also a very, very good idea. For instance, this PG502 I purchased here, the voltage knob right here was broken, and it was flopping around, and it was in really bad shape. So obviously you wouldn't want to just plug it in and turn it on. Also, the positive and negative or complement switch won't come out. It's stuck. It's got a problem internally to it. So anyways, blister and stuff. And also there's some knobs missing. This does not affect the functionality of it though. But so what I wanted to do was show you how I clean these and make them look a little bit better, and it's a good time to do some simple maintenance to make sure that you don't plug it in and it doesn't fry your power module or anything else. If you look at this one on the left, it's in pretty good shape now, at least it appears to be. I didn't remove the sticker. I'll probably do that later, and it's looking really good internally and externally. It looks really good now, and when I got it, it looked worse than this one. I mean, far worse than this one. It had stickers all built up all over it, dirt everywhere. The display was worse than this one. I mean, this one is, you know, it's got sticker residue on it and all kinds of crap. So here, let me show you this one, and you can see it turned out fairly nice. It's not perfect, but it's in really good shape now, and it looked worse than the other one. So I'm going to show you what I do in order to clean those up. And so let me show you what I actually use. I usually start off with a little bit of some Mr. Clean or something like that, and you have to be careful with the Mr. Clean because it has some ammonia in it, and the ammonia can damage some of the satin finish that's on here. Also the brake clean can, and sometimes the alcohol can. The alcohol takes a little longer to affect it, but it will do it if you let it sit on there long enough, and I'll demonstrate that here for you. If you look right here, you can actually see where it looks like there are some stickers or something that's missing. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it here. Let me get it to focus better. Here you go. So you can see right here where there was a sticker. Well, that's where I removed the sticker, and when I removed the sticker, because it was paper, it soaked the satin's finish underneath it, and it came out with it. I'm really not too concerned about it because I live in an air-conditioned home, you know, and I'm not going to be putting these out in the garage or anything. They're going to be taken care of. But if you have to store them in an area that's not climate controlled, then you may want to go ahead and go back over here and put an acrylic finish, satin finish over it again. You know, just go get a spray can or something. Otherwise, you can start to develop some white powder and things here, some corrosion. It's probably a good idea if you're going to store them to go ahead and put them in a sealed bag, maybe a double Ziploc bag, and then put a couple of those desiccant packs in it if you have to do some long-term storage, or if you're going to be using public storage or something like that. So anyways, those are the chemicals I primarily use to do it. The other thing is when you open it up, you can use a little chip brush to knock the dirt and dust off. You can also use some acid brushes for that. And for getting some of the stubborn stickers edges up, I usually use just a little hobby knife. This one's a round, and what I'll do is I'll put some like some brake clean or some alcohol or something like that, and I'll get up underneath the edge of it just like this. Now you don't want to be using this to scrape your stickers up, because then what you're going to do is you're going to be scratching your finish right here and removing the iodine. This scratch here is from when it actually was moved in and out several times over the years. And let's see, I think right here is where I had a problem getting one sticker up. and I actually scratched it a little bit. It's not a big deal, but you know, I'm one of those guys who's a little picky about my test equipment stuff. I like it to function well and look good too, and I want it to be nice. So anyways, so this is the other tool I use for it. And then to get the knobs off, I usually pull the knobs off to clean the faceplate, and it's also a good opportunity to check your knob functionality and also make sure that all your nuts and stuff are snugged up good down underneath there. It's also easier to clean them with a little bit of Mr. Clean or some soap detergent or something. Just pay attention to your chemicals. Always go the mildest method first and then step it up to something a little more aggressive like brake clean or something like that in order to complete the job. Also, if you're like when you're removing this right here, you might want to let it soak on it a little bit and then wipe it off and let it dry. And what it does is the chemicals in the actual satin finish will start to come out, and that way it won't eat at it as long, and then you can go back on and try it again. And a lot of times you can get the stickers and things off without ruining the satin finish underneath. So let's see. So that's a good reason to pull the knobs. You can clean them. Sometimes they're really dirty. Let's see if I can get a good shot at this one. Yeah, as you can see, this one's really filthy here. And you can look at this one here I've cleaned, and it's really nice. The other thing is, a lot of times these are water-based paints, so you can't be on there too long either with alcohol or say a Mr. Clean, because what will happen is the dot will actually come out. If it does, just go down and buy you some Testors enamel white, you know, snow white paint, and then put a little dot in there and let it cure overnight. Same thing goes for these right down here too. Sometimes these lines and things will come up. The cracks, if they're not all the way through or they don't seem to be affecting it, you can leave them. If you want, from the back side, you can take a little bit of drop of super glue. Make sure you buy the thin stuff. You can buy that at most hobby stores, and it'll cure and it'll help hold that knob together for future use. A little tongue-tied there. Knobs, you know, there's not much you can do about them other than just buy new ones. This will not affect the functionality of it, but you know, obviously I don't like the way it looks, so I'll either put a nice aluminum one I turn up on my lathe on there, or I'll just buy another knob and probably just buy another one. But until then, I may leave it, I may not, I don't know, just however I feel for the day. Okay, when I talked about using the mildest method first, and that's I'd already got in here and got this up, but I wanted to show you. This is pretty much what I do. I'll just grab that there, and then I'll gently peel this up like this, and then once I get it started, then I'll peel it up some more like this, and till I walk it off. And try to go slow so you get it all, as much of the sticky you can off. There we go, just like that. Alright, so I got that one up. Sometimes I like looking at the old stickers too. They're kind of neat, you know, like this is Raytheon and here's your ID tag. And it's nice because it was actually calibrated in 2007, which was a little over 10 years ago. It kind of makes you wonder how long it's been in storage in, because it had a due date of, you know, October 22nd. So that also gives you a good clue of maybe when you want to look at too. It's in the book as well, but that's another nice thing about doing the cleaning and stuff, is that you get to see things like that. And sometimes I'll find the receipt I bought of something like this, and I'll actually pull the sticker off and I'll stick it on the receipt by the serial number or what it was for the purchase, just so I have a little bit of history on it, just for fun. You know, I keep my receipts and things. But anyways, for these, I try to use my fingernail. You can also use some plastic scrapers too to get through here, and that generally will not hurt the finish or the metal. Obviously, anytime you use metal, you're going to cause problems. And I try not to use chemicals until I've got all the stickers and things off, and if needed. Now, if I'm having, like I said, if I'm having problems getting one up, then I'll put like a little dot of brake clean or something, or sometimes I'll even just put it on the blade and put it right here to minimize the amount of area. Most stickers, if they're covering a hole other than a Textronic serial number or something like that, I will go ahead and remove them to ensure that the proper ventilation is going through the system. Like I forgot to do that one over there. I could probably just do this one real quick. Stick my blade up underneath it like that and just start pushing it up without actually hurting the metal. And then you can bring it up, and it didn't come up all the way. Maybe I'll do this one first for you guys. So let's bring this one over here. Alright, so I'm going to continue that process that I showed you with the blade, and then I'll show you how I get the residual off. Alright, so I've lifted up the back end and I kind of walk it over like that, and pretty much the same thing. And when it gets down to the point it's stubborn, then I'll go ahead and put a little bit of Mr. Clean on it. Let me finish getting this off and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. It looks like with this one I was able to pretty much use my my thumbnail here to get some of it off. I think this one's going to be fairly easy. Try not to get it to go into holes. If I have to, I'll pull the covers off and get back at it. Sometimes you can use your rag to get the excess off. And just stick it up in the hole and bring it up. There we go. Same thing, clean it up. There we go. And then I'll just put a little bit of alcohol on here, and I'll set it on there, let it soak for a minute or two, and then I'll just wipe it off. Alright, I put a little bit of alcohol on the rag, and I'll just set it on there. Let it sit there for a second. And just kind of go around. You can use like a t-shirt too, which is nice. The problem with doing paper towels is they get it almost like grades it, and sometimes it'll let a little bit of lint inside. So you just kind of play with it a little bit. If you have to, use your fingernail. And it's looking pretty good. This is actually a stain. It's not a sticker right there. It's not a piece of tape. It's an actual stain. So, and that's looks like that's. I got one little piece right here. And that's pretty much it. Maybe run my finger over this little area right here. That's pretty much it. That's how I do them and clean them up. That's how you can do it too, and make your stuff look nice and unplug all the holes and get things looking good. I mentioned that this was broken down here, by the way, and I had taken it out. That's what I like these little things for, is when you take things apart you can do stuff. I always try to make sure they're labeled. And the problem with this was, like I said, it was broken. Turn it upside down here, and let me spread it all out, and I'll show you what it was doing, what I was doing with it. Okay, I got it all spread out here. What had happened was whoever owned it before either dropped it or whatever, and this shaft right here broke right in half. Once this piece is all assembled, then this piece right here goes through, and it goes through this shaft right here, which is got this shaft in it. This is hollow, by the way. Let's see if you can see that yet. And this shaft goes through that hollow. I don't know if I can get it on there or not. But anyways, it goes through there and it comes through, and this holds it in. But that's what was one of the problems with this during the cleaning process, I found. And that's it. You know, this isn't about cleaning here, but you know, it's just a little tidbit I throw in there. And I did take some pictures and some slides of me disassembling this, so I may throw that up, put a little video together on how to fix these pots. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I think you get the basic idea on how to clean these and what to use, etc. You don't really need to see me all doing that, but I thought you guys might actually like to know the most effective way I've found to clean stuff over the last 30 years in working electronics. Anybody else has any great ideas, by all means just throw them into the comment section, and let everybody else learn something that you know. God bless y'all. Thanks for watching. Keith Nunya out. Bye.